Hi guys, I'm Boy,
And I'm Priscilla.
and this is Faith, Fun, and Whatever. Well, we're glad you're here with us again on another episode. This is episode number 8.
Number 8.
Wow. You know, I think the other day I read or I saw, I don't know, that the average podcast lasts 3 episodes. And then it's like, nah. So we're very well. I mean, we've done this every day for the past 8 days. So I can see we're doing it weekly.
I think it's easier if you do it with somebody else, no? Because you don't really literally feel like you're just talking to yourself.
That's true, yeah. And it helps when it's your best friend.
Yes.
Oh. But yeah, today is Sunday.
It's Layla's birthday.
It's Layla's
She's 1.
first birthday. Man, that's crazy.
She is 1 years old, and that's it. No more babies.
No more first birthdays anymore. Has it?
This is the
last one.
birthday.
Oh my God, I didn't think about it like that. Oh, crap. Wow. Yeah. We had good church today.
Very good word.
Everything. The praise team was...
Yeah.
Yeah. they did a good job. Did you see the worship leader today, though? Man. Fire. Fire. What is it today?
It was okay.
January 12th. If this is the future, January 12th, 2025, go back, watch the video, YouTube, Bethesda Casa Misericordia, or www.bethesda.church. January 12th, good service. Good service.
Very good.
Yeah, we had a good time. And then we came home. And we took a nap. It was nice. Those Sunday afternoon naps hit. Hit good.
And what was more amazing is that Matthew fell asleep on your way from church to the house.
And he stayed asleep. He woke up, he ate 3 chicken nuggets, and then went back to sleep.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah. That was cool.
And he did not move. He was not, I feel like he was not kicking. Was he kicking
Yes,
you?
he was kicking me. He was kicking me a lot.
You know what we should do? Because I had a pillow in between me and him. You should do that.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good.
I did not feel him move at all.
And we broke our diet a little bit today. Well, quite a bit today, actually.
Yeah, because it was Layla's
It was Layla's birthday, so we said, we didn't break our fast. So that, again, for those of you that are barely joining us, we are in our 21-day fast in our church. And us as a couple, we've decided to do 6 with no food, just water. And then 6 and on, we are dieting. We're doing a no-carb diet. We did this back in November, and it was great.
October now?
In October, yes, and it was great. So we decided to do it again. So it's no carbs. So it's like no sweets, no bread, no...
Any source of sugar.
Yeah. But today, oh man, today...
It was good.
We did eat, like, lunch was our no carb. It was just a steak with rajas con queso.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we can eat cheese and stuff and dairy a little bit. But then we got a cupcake for Layla. And then we got a cake for us.
But we did not eat it all. And it was a small piece.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, and we got sushi. Yeah. Albertson sushi. Write in the comments, is Albertson's sushi?
I don't think, to be honest, I don't think El Paso sushi is sushi.
That's true. We went to Vegas, and the past 2 times that we went, my sister took us to a what is it? All you can eat sushi bar or whatever. Oh my goodness!
Life changing.
It changed the way that I see sushi.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I think that there's sushi, and then I think there's like
Mexican sushi.
like rolls. I mean, I don't think they're Mexican. I think they're just rolls. Because like sushi rolls, like those are different. Because I think
the same thing. I think it's just rolled up.
no, because I don't know. It's just different. Like there's, I don't know. It's just different. I think.
No, it's just different over there because it's like real fish. Here we probably just have imitation everything.
No, but the real chinitos doing it.
Maybe they're not.
I saw them.
It's like everyone has a cousin that is chinito, right? Chino.
No, I saw them when we went. I saw them. It's like at Sam's. They have the chinitos doing it there too.
Or your tío el chino, like.
But they usually say that because of the curly hair, no?
I mean,
or it could go both ways.
It could go both ways.
Okay,
But yeah, that was today, and now the kids are in bed.
Again. Matthew did not wake up last night.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes.
Wait.
No,
yes,
he did.
He
Yes.
did. I woke up at like, who knows, like 5. He's like, beep, 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 beep.
Oh.
And then I took him, back to bed.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I heard that.
Yeah. But, yeah, we're getting there. Progress.
Praying today, he does not.
Please, Lord. But, speaking of Matthew not getting up at night, we were talking about this earlier, about overcoming fear with faith. And I don't know if you have something you want to talk about. I just, with today being Layla's first birthday, it really reminded me of that day that we found out that you were pregnant. Oh my gosh. It was
like a mixed of emotions?
Yeah, it was more like a life-altering day for me. Because
even though we already had kids.
We had 3 boys at the time. Matthew was, I don't even think he was a year old yet.
No, Matthew was like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, about 6 months. Because they're a year, 5 months apart.
Yeah.
So he was maybe like 6 months old, and at the time we were going through like a really tough time in our lives because we didn't have a house. We were living with my parents. Not because we didn't have a house. We had a house, but it was under construction. We had rented our previous house, and we just didn't have anywhere to stay. So we were staying with my parents. We didn't have like anywhere, and we didn't know when the house was going to be done, because we got our house during COVID. I mean, what was going on that it just prolonged everything? No, it was COVID.
No, it wasn't COVID. COVID was 4 years ago.
Oh my gosh. We've only been here for a year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What was happening?
I'm sorry, I need to.
This is our faith segment. It's supposed to be the serious one.
I can't. Okay, let me think of what was happening. Something was happening.
I don't remember.
Oh, yes. Is this when there was construction at church?
Yes. We had just bought our building, so there was like
Yes.
a lot of stuff going on at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Not COVID.
Not COVID, no. So yes, it was super super stressful, and at least I felt like a big like weight
Big
and worry.
burden.
And then on top of that, we had 3 boys, so it's like the odds of us having another boy are pretty high, like
Yeah.
pretty very high.
I was like, I did not want another
Because when we
boy.
had Matthew, it was like, okay, that's it, we're done. Yeah, we're done.
And then Matthew was born, and we were definitely done because
Yes.
he's crazy.
Yeah, and then it's like boom, this blessing in disguise, very disguised, was presented to
Yeah.
us, and it was like, oh my gosh. And I remember being in my parents' guest bathroom. Like we were all there at home, so there was nowhere we could really be in private but the restroom. And we were in there, and I don't remember both of us, but I remember I was on the floor. Like I was crying.
Yeah,
I was
I
crying.
remember
I was
that.
like, I can't believe this. This is happening. Oh my goodness, no way.
So, did you have fear at the like of the unknown, or
Yeah, I was scared because it was like, how are we gonna do this?
yeah,
Like, because we talk a lot, and I'm a little bit more like rational thinking, I guess. And I always like we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Like, I mean, what are we gonna do? Like, we can't return the kid. Like, we gotta figure it out.
yeah,
But I don't know. It was that moment. Like, I don't know. How are we gonna do this? What are we gonna do? Like, this is another child, and I mean, I honestly, it wasn't until, and I was just like waiting for the day to find out what it was gonna be. And the day that we find out it's a girl, do you remember that day?
yeah. I was at work.
You were at work. I was at work, and the doctor called us. It was a party line,
Oh yeah.
and it was the first time we did anything like that because we always do a gender reveal. Except with Matthew. With Isaac and Daniel, we did a gender reveal where we didn't know.
Oh yeah.
Your sister and I think my
And
sister
Matthew, we knew.
did their thing. And then Matthew, because we had 2 boys, we were like, well, hopefully it's a girl. Then we found out it was a boy. We were like, yeah. Isn't that the one that we did at Grimaldi's? No, then we didn't know.
So
Did
who
we?
did we know with? All of them?
Did we know?
No,
'Cause
yeah, we did.
Brother Jeremy Miranda was there.
But I think we knew.
Did
I don't
we?
remember.
Because I remember when we popped in and everyone was like,
Another boy.
Another boy.
Poor Matthew.
Yeah. But then Layla, the doctor, was like, do you want to know? Like, yes, you called me. I was at work. And then it's a girl. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was at that moment that I was like,
Okay, another kid might not be
maybe
so
this won't
bad.
be too bad. And, but to be able to have faith through it all, honestly, that's tough. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, other people will go through, like, maybe heavier stuff. And you could probably be judging us right now for that being a tough time. But, like, that was our very, at least for me, a very trying moment in my faith. Like, God, do you know that, like, we're heavily involved in church.
Yeah.
Like, we're not swimming in money. Like, there's just so much time in the day, and now I have to split it with another human being.
You have to buy 4 of everything. And it all has to be the same.
It is, like, it's hard. It's hard. How am I going to do this?
I think that's the most of my fear was I'm gonna be real, but like the financial aspect, because we hadn't like not even lived in our house. Like I don't remember if we were even paying a mortgage yet. Like I don't think so, because I don't remember. But it's like, how are we gonna, like, we haven't even adjusted ourselves to that, like financially, and like then another, and then like work. I was gonna have to stop working, and like in the area that I was, and I wasn't gonna get paid. Like
Oh, it's
I was
true.
not gonna get paid. I was gonna have to stop working and not get paid. But it was just a very trying time for our.
And I think it's fair to say, and for our listeners to know, at least for me, like it was a very trying time on my faith and all. But it still kind of is because we still have 4 kids. Like it didn't go away.
They didn't go away, and they eat more now because they're bigger.
Yeah, they're getting older, and
But
we're still parents.
I think that's where you see the hand of God in all, because we've never been swimming in money, but we never needed, and we have more than what we did when we first got married.
Yeah.
And we might not be able to go to a million trips, but we have each other and we have our family, and I think that's what's most important, is to see, I guess, to find the joy.
We get to eat sushi from Albertsons
Oh my God! Yeah.
together. Nice.
Yes. Nice.
The joys of life.
But we get to do it together, Like I
Yeah.
think that's just like we sang "Happy Birthday" to Layla, and it was a party of 6. Like it was a big family, and that's what I wanted.
And we were doing it with a cupcake. Like, it wasn't like
It was.
this like,
We didn't have like a birthday party with.
clowns and balloons and
Yeah.
all of it. Like it was just
It was just us.
I mean, we typically do this like with your parents, my parents, and but it was actually kind of nice. Like it was just us and share
And
the
the
memory.
most, yeah, and I was gonna say that, like, the most, I think, to me, is like building like these core memories with the children that they're gonna remember one day. And especially Isaac, I don't know why Isaac has such a good memory, but like for them to tell me like, oh, remember when it was Layla's first birthday, like today. I mean, I don't think, but he's like, I was looking forward to Layla's birthday. Like he was so excited, like he was.
And that goes maybe veering off topic, and I don't know, this is just the youth pastor in me. But it really does matter who you get married to, because like things like this could be very detrimental to your relationship. Like it could really hurt you, where you go through a situation and it's stressful, it's worrisome, like there's fear. And if you're not both on the same boat as far as trusting in God, because maybe you're not in the same boat in the worry part, or
because
it's like this. Like right now,
you
you said you were very worried financially. I was worried like with time. Like I want to make sure I give time to my family, my kids, and my ministry. So like we're probably not worried about the same things,
but we're both
worried
together.
Yeah, but where it matters is the other side. What are we trusting in? Like, are we at least on the same boat with? But let's trust in God. Like God's gonna see us through, and because if in your relationship only one of you is there, or none of you is there, like, man, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
This, and I think this goes way back, which we'll probably have to do an episode on this, only. But I remember when we were dating, we went through a small, situation, I guess, when I think we were like 2 years into dating, and you're like, you know what? When I was younger, I got this procedure, and I might not be able to have kids. And we had kind of talked about it, like, like everyone, like, how many kids do you want? And I always wanted a bigger family, because it was just my sister Shadi and myself for a long time, and then Sua came when I was 13. So I didn't really grow up with her. By this time, I'm driving, and I like...
You're involved in like the youth
I'm involved in ministry. I have the whole
sports,
everything.
school.
Like I mean,
You're
I'm
busy.
yeah. So my little sister was more like, I mean, she was the baby, and my parents were taking care of her. So it wasn't until she got older that we got really close.
Yeah, I remember. So I was like, I don't want my brother to get married.
but I did want that, that more bigger family.
Yeah.
And you told me that because you're like, hey, if I understand,
Like,
I don't know if I can have kids, so if you want to keep
continue?
Yeah, then if you don't, like, it's okay. Like, I won't hold it against you. And I remember, like, it was not like, okay, well, let me quote unquote pray about it. Like, we all say.
I pray about it.
Like, cause that could have been my easy way out
Yeah.
of a relationship or a commitment or whatever. But I remember that you told me that, and it was like, no, like,
It's
no,
like,
I want to be with you.
kids.
I want to be with you. And
Yeah.
if you can't have kids, like, I mean, there's alternatives. Like, we can adopt, or we'll figure it out. Like, we'll figure it out. We're gonna put this in the Lord's hands. And we were dating, like, and I mean, to have that confidence in the person that I chose to love, and the confidence that God's gonna see us through, even before we were even there, like, because we got like super criticized. I don't know if you remember, but we got married, and then you got pregnant super quick.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's why they got married." Like, bro, like, you don't even know. We didn't even know we could get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like this is a miracle for us. Isaac was our miracle baby, and
Yeah.
I understand that there's people out there that, like, they can't. They've been trying to have kids for a long time, but we just didn't know. Mm-hmm. We didn't know if you could have kids at all. Now we know you can have kids. Like, you're really good at that. But to be able to overcome those situations, whether it be fear, worry, or whatever, and trust in God together, like that's. I mean, whether it be with a spouse in a relationship, or even a friendship, where you have that person in your life that'll, like, hey, we'll get through this. We'll get through this together. Like, I know it's your situation, but I'm here for you. You can be that support system to somebody, which I think we talked about this last episode, to find ways to encourage each other. Mm-hmm. That's what we're called to do. Like, be there for each other, because, yeah, maybe you could figure it out on your own, but, man, it's so much easier if you have somebody there with you.
Yeah, it is. I guess I remember when, it's Layla's barely first year, but she's been through a lot already.
Yeah.
When we went to Vegas, she was on we went for the conference for El Gran Yo Soy.
Mm-hmm. Shout out El Gran Yo Soy.
And we were, Saturday afternoon service had finished, and this is hard because it just brings back so many like emotions. And you had just left to go to the airport to pick up something for your dad, and it was just
we were gonna meet up. We were gonna go eat.
Yeah, and
so we were gonna meet up in the restaurant.
It was just me, Shadi, and all the kids.
Yeah.
Or Shadi and I and all the kids. And I was putting up all the kids, and I get Layla last, and I put her up, and I think that's where, I see her, and I see her eyes rolling back, and her arms were just like twitching, and I'm like, what's happening? And it was like an instant. Like, I realized she's having, like, this is all, like, I'm saying this, but this is just happening, like, in a fraction of seconds, you know? Like, I'm just, like, she's having a seizure. I tell your sister, call 911, which now is just something else, too. It's a whole other story. Mm-hmm. But I tell her, call 911, And then one of your cousins is coming over, and I was getting her for help, and I'm here. Layla's at this moment, because she was in her car seat, and at this moment, she was. I had already taken her out, and she was in my arms, and I was like, okay, like medically speaking, if you're having a seizure, there's really not much you can do. Is just to keep them safe from like choking on themselves or choking, or and to check that they don't stop breathing. So I had her on my side. I had her on my arms. I put her to the side, and I was just there. Your sister, she's on the phone with the dispatch, and she's just like, in Jesus' name, and like we start praying, and I tell your cousin to go get the pastors and the ministers, and then they come, and they just everyone's. I mean, I didn't realize it at the moment. It's when like she stopped having the seizure that I realized that there was just a whole lot of people around us, and we were just praying. But I remember I was scared. I was scared because in my mind, I know so much medically of seizures that I was just like, Lord.
And you don't know, Priscilla is a registered nurse for a long time now.
Yeah.
And she worked with pediatrics. So.
And I had her in my arms, and I just was praying, and at that moment I see this brother coming. I'm not going to mention any names, but I see this brother coming, and I just felt not peace, but I just felt something, and I just remember telling God, I was like, God, these children are not mine. They're yours. Protect her, and I was just at the moment where, and then a few seconds later, she stopped seizing, and she was, she's okay. The ambulance came, you came too, and it was just it was at the moment where it was just, I had to have faith in the middle of my fear, because I was scared. I mean, it's so a whole different when, I see it, but when it's your own kids, when it's your own family, and it's just, it hits different, it's just, but I mean, at that moment, it was just, I had never gone through anything like that with my children. Yes, Isaac had a few emergency visits because he's opened his eyebrows and his head.
Because he's clumsy.
But nothing like this, nothing where it was, where there was nothing that we could have done. Mm-hmm. And where literally her faith stood in God's hands.
Life was in God's hands.
And it was just something, I remember being in the hospital, and I was like, I do not want to leave this hospital without a diagnosis. Yeah. I don't want them to be like, we don't know why. Yeah. It just happened. I did not want to leave that hospital like that. And it was just, to me, I remember, I held it together as much as I could. And when you got there, I broke down,
Yeah. Because you were in the ambulance when I got
and I was
there
okay, and I remember being shaking, and I was okay.
Yeah, you when I got in, you were still composed.
I had her in my hands, and I think at that moment she was already crying.
And she was crying, and I remember sitting there because my sister-in-law was with you. So she steps out and I step in. Yeah. And when I sit down, I grabbed your hand, and then it just
I started crying.
Boom, just broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a scary situation.
But being there in the hospital, we saw so many other situations, and
puts
it
you
was
in perspective.
And it was thank you, Lord, because overall, your mercy was, your grace was. Yeah. It was with us, and it was just something that, I mean, honestly, I would not want to do it again. It was something that, and no. But I mean, that was just one of my things. But I know we're going long, and it might become dark, and we might not have another subject. But I remember in today's preaching when your dad, and it just took me back to that day. And I don't know if you don't have to answer, because I know it's like personal, I guess. But I remember your dad said that when he went during COVID, when he got sick, and it was January 20th, but I think it was January 17th, right? Because it was Father's Day, and he went into the hospital.
June.
June.
It was the day before Father's Day.
It was Saturday. No, I think it was
It was
oh,
Saturday.
and then
Saturday night, I went to his house and I prayed for him, and that was the last time I saw him before it all.
And I remember we were eating for Father's Day.
We were in Texas, West Texas. Yeah.
And you got a call. I don't know who it was.
The doctor.
And that they asked you, or they told you that your dad was being intubated?
They asked me for permission. Yeah, because my mom wasn't answering.
Oh.
And I was like, let me try to get a hold of her. That was scary.
So, I mean, I guess you had to put because you would hear these horror stories.
Yeah, so this is straight up the middle of COVID. So at this time, like, there's so much uncertainty, and like the word was, if you're intubated, you're dead. Like, you're just waiting for,
you're not coming
back.
out of it.
That was like what everybody was saying at this time.
And I mean, it was.
Yeah, it was the case. Like 90%. Yeah. People were dying. They'd get intubated and then they die. And yeah, I remember being there. We were eating with your dad.
My parents.
And for some reason, my uncle was there as well.
Yeah, I think so. But he was separate.
He was sitting somewhere else. So when I get the call, we're only in our car. So I was like, I need you to take me to my mom, like, now. And I went with him. We just like left. I don't even remember if we paid or he paid. I don't know, but we just got up and took off. And it was like the beginning of one of the hardest processes that I've gone through in my life, where this isn't even like a daily thing or a weekly thing. This is like an hourly change in circumstances, where we would receive a call from a doctor, and then the next hour it's like, oh, he's rejecting the treatment, and then, oh wait, no, it looks like the numbers are going up. Oh wait, it hasn't changed. Oh, we're gonna have to put him on the rotary bed. Oh, he's pulling out the tube, like all these things, and it's like, man, when are we gonna catch a break?
Yeah.
I remember through it all, there was a lot of downs, like a lot of downs. But every now and then you would get like this little up, like, oh, his oxygen went up, like 0.1, like whatever. And we would like, oh yes, praise God. Oh, God's doing something. And then, oh, it went down like 3 points. Like, oh man. And then, oh, it went up another 1. And then I remember telling my mom, like, we were there at the table, and I was like, Mom, today we got a
bad report.
We got a good one. Right. Hey, let's rejoice on this, and let's keep this, because we're gonna get a bad one, but at least we have a little bit of this good one, and it's gonna help us get through that bad one, remembering that we have, some good ones.
And I think that's what joy is, no? Like, joy is having joy in the middle of that storm.
Yeah. Because that's the difference between joy and happiness. That happiness is conditional.
Yeah.
Like, conditional meaning to the situation
that you're in.
Yeah, the condition dictates my happiness. You're happy because you're with that person. You're happy because you got what you were asking. You're happy and all these things. But joy is not conditional. The joy of the Lord is our strength. So that's like a consistent. It's a consistent regardless of Did I get the raise? Did I don't know, get what I was asking for?
Yeah, it's
Like,
like,
did I reach my goals at the time that I said I was gonna? Like, all these things, if I did or didn't, I can still have joy in the middle. Like, I could be in the middle of a sickness.
I
I
mean,
could have
you,
lost somebody
yeah.
in my life, whether it be from my life or, they passed away. Like, can I still have joy there? And that joy is dictated by the Lord, not by how I feel. So I could be sad and still have joy,
Yeah.
or I could be happy and still have joy. Like, they're not the same thing, and they're not one with the other. But that joy is the one that,
But you need to find that joy.
yeah, that's something that grows in you.
Because, like, I mean, I was thinking, because your dad did mention that he was, like, he didn't want to be intubated.
No, he didn't.
And because, I mean, you'd have that fear and
Yeah.
you get that call. And, I mean, I can't imagine getting a call like
I
that.
have a picture. I need to find it, but he took a picture, like,
A selfie,
Yeah, he took a
on
selfie
Sunday.
that Sunday morning before because we were texting. Like, he's like, "Oh,
He's like, I might be out later.
yeah."
I remember.
That Sunday morning, he's like, "I might be out later." So we were like, "Okay." That's why we went to eat. Like, it was like, okay, he's okay. And he took a selfie, and he had his, like, an oxygen mask on. And there's one, I think, he, like, takes out his tongue or something. Like, he was my dad. Like, he was just joking.
But then, like, I
it's
can't
just like,
imagine,
boom.
like, receiving that call. Like,
Yeah.
what goes through your mind in that moment of, literally, like, your life's gonna change.
Yeah. And now I can look back and see how that was the call that changed my life. At the moment, not so much. At the moment, it's more panicky. It's more fear overcoming. I think you can talk about those things after. But during the process, like, you're not like, oh my gosh, this call changed my life. Like, no, because I don't know if I'm gonna have another call.
Yeah.
And that one changed my life. Or because the one that after that, for 45 days, he's intubated, and then we get the call where, oh, he's gonna come out.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's the call that
Changed your life.
changed my life. I mean, you get to have gone through a process, and
I just remember being in, like, I mean, I would look at you and I would just cry because I was like, how is it, like, like, Lord, no, like, it can't happen, like, it's just that fear that fogs your mind, and it's just like, it can't happen. And
it was really hard, and we're going long on this one. I would like to talk a lot more on this particular, because through that whole process, I did not, like, I didn't take a break from my ministries. I was still serving at church.
Yeah.
I was leading worship week after week. I was still making posts and, designing, and I was doing everything that I did on a regular basis, which would have been like my perfect excuse, to, like, hey, my dad's dying, like, I can't right now. But I felt that if I did that, I was giving in to the fear.
And I think what helped was that we surrounded ourselves, or I don't know if you can say we surrounded ourselves, but, like, we weren't watching, like, TV, like, we weren't, like, like, all we would hear is just preachings, songs, like, Christians.
Talking to other pastors.
Yeah, like, it was just feeding ourselves with the word.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to do too, that when you're going through a situation, you feed yourself and you're careful with what you put inside, because I mean, it's either
I always say this with the young people, that when I was a kid, my mom would say, "Your heart is like a bag, and whatever you put in
pocket.
there, a pocket, whatever
A
you
bag.
put in there, whatever you put in there, one of these days it's gonna come out. So what are you putting in?" And I remember her saying, like, "If you ever stub your toe, whatever
what are
you
gonna
say, that's what's in your
Yeah.
heart. Like that's what you're putting in there in that pocket."
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, what are we feeding ourselves? And wow, yeah, that was deep. That was deep.
Yeah, that was it.
It's speaking about our hearts being a pocket and what we're feeding. I think we have time for one of these. I think the second one works. I think we can elaborate on that a little bit. That was a question you had for me.
Okay. Clowns. Are they funny or are they creepy?
So before we started the pod, you asked me that, and you're like, "Are you scared of clowns?" And I did not answer you, and you're like, "Oh my god!" Like, because I don't think we've ever had this conversation.
No, I don't think so.
I am scared of clowns.
But scared like how? Like they're gonna come and attack you or what?
Like if I see one, I get like a weird,
Like creepy, I guess.
not just creepy. Like I'm scared.
They're not gonna come and attack you. I think.
I mean, I get it's a person. Like,
Did you ever watch that movie?
which one?
The clown movie, the scary clown movie.
It? I have never seen it.
You've seen commercials.
No. Okay, I'll tell you how it happened. My whole fear with it, which is ridiculous. Okay, I don't think I've ever.
I'm gonna ask you before that. And maybe he's just making it like now because I know that you're afraid of clowns. But did you ever tell me you had a dream about like a short person clown chasing you or no?
What?
Like an Anita. Stop it.
I don't
Or
think it was a
something
clown.
like that?
It was yes, it was a
But no, you had something
little person.
about a.
it was a little person that was chasing me, but not a clown, little person.
Did you ever dream about a clown though? I remember you telling me
think
something,
so.
or maybe it's just in my head now because
I think
you
it's
told me.
in your head. Yeah.
Okay.
That's for another time.
Okay, go.
Oh, sorry. So I was maybe about between 8 and 10 years old, and my friend, she had seen it.
The movie.
The movie It, not It. Like something.
It.
Yeah. And mind you that I've never seen a scary movie in my life. I've never seen one. Till this day. I'm 32 years old. Never seen one.
High five, baby.
Yeah. But the way she like
She told
explained,
you about it?
yes, she. I was gonna say I don't think I've ever seen a clown in real life.
I was gonna say that. I was like, so you've never gone to a circus?
I've never been to a circus.
Is there even? Yeah, there is clowns in circus, right?
I have no idea. I've never been to one. Yeah, but I didn't go to circus for different reasons. It wasn't because of fear of clowns. It was because back in the day, it was the devil, and my youngest sister has been to the circus since then. But my sister,
Like once, give her a break.
still, that's one more than me. That is one more than me. But
you're being.
besides the point. That's besides the point. The way that she explained the movie, I just was
traumatized?
so scared. I remember that there was a good while where I would shower like the fastest showers ever.
I
Like
wish
it was
you
just
could
like
still be afraid of
boom.
it and shower the fastest.
It was just like boom, boom. Like I remember my mom. 'Cause I would get out. I would get out and I'd be like soaking. Like I wouldn't dry myself in the restroom because I'd be so scared. She's like, "¿Por qué estás todo mojado?" But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I just never surpassed the fear of that. And so to answer your question, creepy, definitely creepy, not fun.
I don't think they're. I mean, I don't know. I don't see a point to a clown.
Me either. So they would just get rid of them. Just get rid. And then a couple of years ago, like there was a whole during Halloween. Did you remember? There was like people dressed as clowns and they were like attacking people.
No way.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, like legit though.
It's okay. I don't go out of my house.
Yeah, like you'd be driving and then like a clown would be there, like in the road or whatever.
You're
like
lying.
You don't remember?
In real life?
In real life, like in this world.
Like I was like not El Paso, right?
I think it happened in El Paso, a couple of like northeast, because everything happens over there. But yeah, you remember?
No.
If you remember, comment on the pod. Yeah. But yeah, it was scary. Like I remember being scared. Like this is not like years ago, like years. This is like we were married.
3-4 years.
Yeah, maybe
During COVID, everything happened during COVID.
Yeah, but yeah, that. Wow. Are you scared of clowns?
No.
No. Funny or creepy?
Neither.
Just get rid of them.
Just there.
They're just another.
Yeah.
Eh.
But I don't think I've ever seen a clown in person, other than like in movies and stuff.
Right.
But no.
Me neither.
Other than I'm gonna say something and it's gonna sound dumb. Other than McDonald's.
Ronald McDonald?
He's a clown, no?
Yes, he is. You've seen him in person?
No, but like in pictures, I don't know. I can't think of anything other than in.
No. I don't. No, I've never seen a clown. So, I mean, maybe if I ever see one,
It'll make you surpass your fears.
Maybe. You know what? Just remembered talking about this, the It thing. I one time did start watching the It movie. The newer one, though.
There's a newer one?
Yeah, well, there's the old one.
And then
that's the one. And then now there's one that came out a couple years.
That's even more scary. I feel like scary.
So I remember being at work and I was watching it. Like I was on my computer or whatever. I was in my computer in the office. And I had it like on the side because I was like, I'm gonna get through this. And I put it on. I was working like it was just like on the corner of my eye.
Is it a horror movie or
it is.
a suspense?
No, it's a horror movie. It's a monster.
God. Why did you watch it?
I wanted to get and so it's like on the side. I'm not kidding you. I got like 8 minutes into it and I was like, nope, can't do this. Didn't do it.
That should be another topic to talk about. What you watch. You just finished saying.
It's your heart to pocket. Oh man. Well, I think we kind of passed a little bit too much today. But thank you for being with us today it was a little bit deeper episode, but hopefully it helped somebody. We're having fun with this. So we're very much enjoying it. Hopefully we can keep it up.
Tomorrow, though.
Tomorrow's going to be a day.
Tough.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If for some reason we don't post an episode one day, don't think that we quit. Okay, just
we made it past the 3rd episode.
Yes, shout out to all of our I think we have 6 or 7 subscribers. Shout out to you guys, the faithful ones. Comment, share. I don't know what else. Share, follow, subscribe, comment, do it all.
I don't know.
Let us know that you're listening to us. and so that we can keep doing this. Or if no one's listening to us, so we can stop doing this.
Tell us to stop.
Yeah. If you think we should stop, tell us. It's okay. We won't get offended. But yeah. That's our day.
And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Bye, guys.
Bye.